Good morning. Today I'm going to review a very unusual list. I've never actually seen anything like this for the Danish Nationals. The list is from Anders Gerfelt, who is a Danish WTC player. He was with us in Poland. He's not actually coming this year. Question of finances and or real life interfering with the most important thing in your life, gaming, of course. But he did well for himself in Poland, covered himself in glory, and Anders is my personal nemesis. I tend to lose against Anders, so he's a really good player. Anders is bringing a dual US platoon, and what's unusual is that it is a recce platoon. I'll talk you through it, but basically what happened is the fact that we allowed other units that had been noted as usable in a generic reinforced platoon, actually allowed us to make something where his whole infantry body can more or less recce. So it's a dual US platoon. It's 19 order dice, 999 points, and he starts out with the tax of two inexperienced lieutenants with SMGs. They're not going to do much in this list. They basically have to keep themselves safe. That's it. But then he has 10 units of infantry, each of them two-man units, so they're all small team. They're the FSSF scout teams, which can be used as your infantry choice. So his whole infantry base is veteran, small team, and they can all recce. They can all make escape moves, like all recce vehicles, or like cavalry. The escape move is a 6-inch run move, so they will be, if they haven't done anything else, so their dice will be turned to run. 6 inches. 7 of his men, his teams have rifles, and 3 of them have SMGs. This is a really interesting unit. It's slightly gimmicky, but it's also extremely survivable. So my guess is that he'll flood the table with small teams that you have real trouble killing. Simply because if they're too threatened, they will move back behind something that's line of sight blocking. You can't shoot them. If you're not within the 6 inches, they will be very hard to pin down. And even if you're within 6 inches, a small team veteran that may be in cover that goes down, you're never going to kill those guys. So I think they would have been even better if I had drawn more missions where there were objectives, because Anders can simply flood the table with his infantry choices and be at every objective, and it's very hard to stop him. The missions that we're going to play here, well, as the attacker in envelopment, yes. They're not super killy. That's one of the main troubles with his infantry here. They're really not that killy at all. They're not really threatening. 2 rifle shots. What are they going to do? Kill one dude? So not a lot. But he does have other stuff in his list that's threatening. So his infantry is mainly there to score points. I really like this. This is a brilliant idea. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this does. He has 2 sniper teams. See, they are threatening, because one of the things that he will have to deal with, right, is things just blasting through his infantry and then going after his support units, and the snipers will help defend that. 2 sniper teams, 2 bazooka teams. Very good. When you're going up against tanks, you need those bazookas. A priest with a pistol mounted HMG, which makes it so that this this unit can actually threaten 2 tanks at once if it's really up there. The priest's main problem, because it's a brilliant choice, it really can, it can shoot stuff up with that howitzer. The priest's main problem is that it's open topped, so pins will be a problem for it. But you might have a lieutenant standing right behind it to help with those auto tests, right? And then a MCGC, which is a quad HMG platform, soft skinned, if I remember correctly, half track or something. So the quad HMGs, they're there to simply wipe out veteran units. 4 HMGs shooting at +1, that will kill most anything. So it's sort of a Tokarev-ish unit here. It's pretty expensive for something that's as soft as it is. I can't remember actually if it's a 7+ or a 6+, but it's one of those. But it's still, it costs 125 points, right? So it is pretty expensive. But you can actually even threaten tanks with it. A vulnerable steward that you get in the side, whew, 4 HMGs, that'll mess it up. And then finally, he has an inexperienced multi-launcher, the land mattress type multi-launcher, I think it is. So the enemy will have to disperse, which is what he wants, because that will mean that he can focus his units at one place. Oh man, this is more of a tricky list than a killy list, right? It does have killy elements, especially against tanks. And the priest is definitely a threat against infantry, as is the MCGC. But most of his list is just tricky because you can't kill it. I'm looking forward to seeing how this experiment goes, Anders. Really, really looking forward. This is one of those things that pops up when you allow certain stuff that's not usually just army books or one generic reinforced platoon. You allow stuff, and suddenly people come up with these amazing ideas about units and army builds that you just don't normally see. This is perhaps the most unusual army build in the whole list collection here, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how you do. Cheers. Talk to you later. Bye.